Hello everybody, this is Monkeypuzzle, and this is going to be episode 22 already of Monkeypuzzle the CrackPack. So it's finally time to fill this wizard's peak full of magical stuff. Gonna focus on Ars Magica here. I don't know if too many people are doing Ars Magica right now or not, but it's one of those mods that I always wanted to learn, and this is the pack that I'm gonna do that in. See, we've already got some lightning damage up there, but I'll deal with that later. So most of the Ars Magica is actually going to happen next episode, even though I'm going to start working on it today. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a heck of a lot easier for me to get all the stuff here that I need. So rather than teleporting back and forth to the Roguelike base all the time, I want to hook up our ME network so that I can access it from here and below as well. Down, all the way down below there, where I've got the stuff down in the bottom of this mountain. Let's go all the way down to here. I want to be able to access stuff from here too, because I'm spending quite a bit of time over here, and we're also going to be setting up that way. I hope you enjoyed our train ride in the last episode. But we're going to be setting up base over there at the Sacred Springs, so we'll have to hook up to there too. I'll probably just have another hook up to there. So what we're going to do this with is the Quantum Bridge from Applied Energistics. We have everything in our ME network over at the Roguelike base, and I want to hook it up to here. And the Quantum Bridge is the way you do that. And I haven't done it before. So we're going to set up that today. So let's head back over there to the Roguelike base. I'm going to be a little laggy while the world loads in over here. But the first thing I got to do is make a thing called an ME condenser, I believe. So let's get that. That's a pretty simple thing, or at least a simple recipe. We'll need one of these, and this is pretty much all we're going to use it for, I believe. Getting a little laggy here, but that's all right. So I'm going to put one of the quantum bridges right here, and the other one is going to go over at the Wizard's Peak. So, but first, we need to make a thing called a singularity, and we got to do that with the condenser. So I'm not sure if it needs power or not, but probably does. So we're going to stick it on that universal cable right there. The Elite Universal Cable, and then I've got this ready to go, a Precision Export Bus, and then I think we can put that there, and then this will go right here, and cool, it hooked up where I wanted it. So it's an export bus, and in here now we want to give it the recipe. It can do three things basically. It can be a trash can. If you wanted to destroy a lot of items, which I pretty much never want to do, very selectively when I actually destroy things. You can make these matter balls that you can shoot, and it can make these singularities, and it takes 256,000 of an item to do this. Oh, and actually, I forgot to do something. I have to put something in here. I have to put, just a second. It was a storage cluster. So to make one of those, I'm going to need to make 3 storage blocks. And so I'll need 9 storage segments and 27 storage cells. So I'm going to do that real quick and we will continue. Okay, got all the way there. Now we can do we have our storage cluster. So let's go ahead and stick that in there. So the storage cluster, I believe, goes there. And then in here, we want to start importing cobblestone. And we're going to put this, it's going to be in stack mode because we want to get a lot in there. Now, why is it not working? Is this not hooked up properly? Always active, move stacks of items. Let me troubleshoot this and see what I did wrong. So I guess I didn't do anything wrong at all. I went and put this from all different sides to see if that mattered. But it turns out you can't see a whole lot of what's happening, but if you mouse over here, it can show you that it's accumulating the energy that it needs. So it's not actually rendering the cobble coming in here, but it is showing that I've imported already about 19,000 of them. So it's got to get to 256,000, and then we will have our singularity. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that if you don't already know. So I'm going to go off and cook dinner for my family and come back, and I should have a singularity in here. All right, I'll see you then. All right, well, I let it go ahead and make 2 of them. Let's go ahead and break this before we spend more cobble. And we're not going to need this anymore either. I used cobble because that's what I have a lot of. So we managed to use half 500,000 of our cobble. But we still have plenty. 2,399,000. So I'm not getting into octuple compressed cobblestone. So gave me something to do with it. So that's that. We've got our 2 singularities. So let's put those to use in just a second. So to use these singularities, we're going to need some TNT, which apparently I don't have any made. But I've got plenty of gunpowder and plenty of sand. So let's go ahead and make a stack of it while we're in here. But we only need 1, I think, and we're also going to need some ender pearl dust, which I went ahead and ground some ender pearls in a pulverizer right here. I think you only need 1 per thing. Now, something to watch out for, and I learned this from Aaron B's tutorial on quantum bridges, which I just watched because the wiki was a little vague in some parts. You want to use the ender dust that's ground by the pulverizers and not the ones that you find in chests around the world, which I actually haven't found any, but especially if you have portal gun installed, it's the wrong one. But that's it. This is what we need, and I think hopefully we can do this all with 1 explosion. So let's go outside somewhere and explode something. Oh wait, let me grab a flint and steel. I need 1 of these. Okay, and let's go make a crater somewhere. Dunk-a-dunk. Where can I make a hole? Not big on leaving holes around. Wherever I make this one, I'll fix it. Let's just go over here where we already have a little hole. This was because of this node here. I don't think the node will get exploded, but let's do it right here, and I'll fix this later. So let's go ahead and let me see. Let me turn that off. My coin of fortune, so it doesn't suck the stuff back up. And I'm gonna throw those out there. Throw that out there, and place the TNT and blow something up. Now, why would I spend 500,000 cobble and then blow things up? Well, it's because they don't really get blown up. That's how you make these things. And what we got was 2 pair of entangled singularities, quantum entangled singularities, which is a great name. And these 2 connect to each other, and these 2 connect to each other. So we're going to use 1 pair right now for the pair of quantum bridges we're going to make going to the Wizard's Peak, and then we'll use the other pair when we want to make a quantum bridge going to the Sacred Springs base. So let me get back in here and I'll join you inside. I'm getting quite a bit of lag at this base right now, but I don't have the time to check out what's going on at the moment, so we'll just deal with it and we'll move on to the other base where the lag is not so bad. So one of the things we're going to need real quick when we get these set up is some more power. So we're going to do that first. And I haven't set up the mechanism solar power yet, so we're going to use that. This mod pack, I'm letting myself use a lot of passive power. We've got the lava heat generators in there, and we've got the windmills, and now we're going to complete the trio of passive mechanism power with these advanced solar generators. And this allows me just to move on to more fun things with the mod pack. We'll come up with more complicated ways to make power in another series. So to make these, I'm going to make 9 of these. I'm going to need 36 of these, the lesser solar generators instead of the advanced solar generators. And to make these, there's 3 each of those. So I'm actually going to need 108 of these, which I think I have enough stuff for. So I gotta clear a little room here, maybe get rid of these buckets, and I don't need that anymore, and I don't need that, and I don't need that. And I wonder if I can just do like that. That's great. So yeah, we'll just do 2 stacks to make it easy. I got 128, and I'll just throw all those in there, and then we can go back to this. And so we'll need 36 of these. Let's see how many I get if I just do that. Okay, so they're separate. I guess I will see you in a second. Okay, that ought to do it. That's 36 of the solar generators made from 108 of the solar panels. And now we should be able to... Why not? I guess I got to place the first 4 myself. Okay. Get back in there. Let's see if that works. Okay, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And who can go back? The lavender. Oh, and these guys. And that. 9. Okay, so we have 9 of these. And I am going to go set them up over at the Wizard's Peak and add that to our power supply. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that we would have had enough power anyway. But this is just to make sure we are power rich. And when I get a little bit of lag, sometimes my hang glider won't connect there. So this is the south side of the Wizard's Peak. And over here we've got this nice little hump. And I was thinking that this would be a good place to do this. So let's go ahead and start placing these. The middle of this whole thing is probably about right there. And I need to grab some dirt actually to complete this, so I'll be right back. Well, in the interest of moving things along, I went ahead and placed them all. So there we go. We got our 9 advanced solar panels. So that will give us a lot more energy, which I'm not even sure if we needed, but it doesn't hurt to be safe. And let's go ahead and throw the tesseract down. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw this all into the same thing I've been throwing everything else in. I probably should put it on a separate circuit, but I've just been conglomerating all my power in this one thing. So we'll go ahead and click that, and then let's make sure it should only be receiving energy. So no items, no fluid. It's just receiving energy. All good. So that's great. And then because these only work in the daytime, I'm going to go ahead and throw down some resonant energy cells as buffers. So let's go ahead, and I think I've got 4 of them. I thought I had 5. Oh well, I can go ahead and grab the other one later. But yes, so throw those down, and then let's make sure that they give to the left. So there, and that can just be that. Oops. And let's keep doing that. Yep. And all the power that was in here, hopefully, is going into these. Okay. So if I set that up right, this one here will fill before the other ones. And it's definitely registering something. They have so much capacity that it takes a while to even show up here. But that's good. It's draining what these had already stored up. And they've given all of their energy. It's daytime. It's nighttime. So nothing more is coming in. But that should augment our power system. Oh, here it is. It's in my hotbar. Let's throw that down. Orange on the left. Blue everywhere else. So that's a nice battery bank for this to trickle charge. So let's go ahead back to the roguelike base and do a bit more crafting for our quantum bridges. So we're going to need to make 16 of something called a quantum field ring. And I definitely don't have any in here, so that's these. And I think I went ahead and made everything I'm going to need, did a little prep for this. So I think I made 16 of these, so if I just go like that, I'll get 16 of those. That's the main thing we need. or it's the bulk of the mechanism anyway. And then we need the quantum link chamber, and that's this thing right here. So I didn't make these things yet because I wanted to show you. So we're going to need 8 Fluix pearls. So let's go ahead and grab those. 8 of those, and we're going to need 8 of these quartz glass. It's pretty simple too. So let's go ahead and do that. Certus quartz dust. I'd actually rather use the Certus quartz because it's a lot easier to get. So let's throw those back in and do that, because I haven't done any automatic quarrying in the nether yet. I've been still getting my quartz the hard way. So okay, so we get 4 at a time, so we just need to do that twice, and I think that should do it. So, and then we'll go back to our, what was it called, the quantum link chamber. There we go. And we got 2 of them. Excellent. So with this and that, we're ready to go. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a thing called covered ME cable with my ME cable. That works just like ME cable, except that it does not have the whatchamacallit, the particle effect. And we don't want that because I'm going to run a bunch of it through stone, and we don't necessarily need to have all that extra rendering. I'm going to take some of it just for the main area. So let's go set this up. Oh wait, we got to do it here first. And I shouldn't be hovering. So let's do this one. First, I cleaned up a little bit of my mess, but you can see, okay, we've got power and we've got ME cable. And I put them where they are on purpose, because there's only certain places that you can connect to on this ring, this bridge, and they're not in the corner. So hopefully that would work out just fine. So what we do is we just make a ring like that with 8 of these, and then if we throw this down in the center, boom, it forms a multi-block structure, the quantum field ring, and this will be the quantum bridge. So hopefully it's getting power. Oops, I didn't mean to put that down. Hopefully I can just break it. Yeah, so hopefully it's getting power. Everything's good to go. Let's go ahead and drop one of these in here. I think if we, yeah, right click it, can stick that in. Okay, things are happening. The lights look like they're glowing, and we won't know until, at least I won't know until I set the other one up. So let's run over to the Wizard's Peak and see if we can connect all our stuff over there, which will be mighty convenient and help everything else. So back here in the land of the better frame rate, I've cleared this little area, and this goes up towards the peak, and that's because I decided to put this thing down here, and up here, oh, let me grab something over here. I'm just going to get close enough to the actual peak on top in order to create a wireless connection. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in first, just because it'll be easier to get in here right now. And I've figured it out that right here is close enough that I should be able to get the wireless connection up there at the base. And everything will be within 64. I've got to throw in 16 of these boosters, and that will make sure that we increase the range. And then let's take all this covered cable for this purpose and go ahead, and I'm going to place these all the way down to the bottom. And this may take a minute, so I'll just speed up and meet you down there. Okay, there's that. And that may increase the cost of our ME network a little bit, but hopefully that'll be alright. So I'm going to leave that there, and I think maybe let's put the quantum field ring, or the quantum bridge, I guess is the real name of it. Let's put it right here. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't think we need to embed it. Let's just go ahead and make it. So right here, we've got our ring again. Throw this down in the center, and then we're going to throw the quantum entangled singularity inside. Now this is going to need some power. So, and it needs to be powered separately, I believe, from everything else. Now, I don't know if we can just put this here directly, and it'll give. Let's try it. We'll go to the same thing I put the solar power on, so items and power. Go ahead and click that. But for the configuration, we want it just to receive energy. Yes? And actually, the other one I set wrong. I should have set it to send energy. So I'll have to change that. But there should be enough energy here to start with. Yep, everything's glowing. That's good. And I'm going to move this actually to the other side. So give me a second. I'm going to move this over, do exactly what I just said, and I'm going to go fix the other tesseract as well. Oh, yeah, and it kept its setting. Okay. So now it's sending energies, which is what we want to do. It can still receive it in itself, but now it's going to be able to send it to the other tesseracts. Very good. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. That looks nice and blue and glowy. I bet that is working. So let's put down, we need an access terminal, which I've made already. That's going to go there. And did that connect? It doesn't. No, it's unable to communicate with it. And it also needs to get power. Yeah, I may rethink where I put that other one. Let's see. Let me think about this for a second. Well, I just remembered from the other side, the guts of the railroad industry down there, that I covered up a cable right here. So I think I'm going to use that to power this instead of putting this here. So let's give it one of these, and that will do it. Okay, and then we can also use that over here. So we just need to, and we can pretty this up later. Put that, and put that. And what am I not remembering? Why that doesn't connect? Why not? Why not? Why not? These don't connect to these. I'm going to figure out, try to remember why not. I think what my mistake is I need a controller. I didn't think I'd need a controller because it's part of this other ME network. But maybe the controller is the only thing that can receive power. So let's go back there and see if that is what I was doing wrong. Go ahead and grab this and throw it down. So those are all lit up, but they're not getting all the stuff from here. Now, you can only connect to these 4 blocks, which is why I've been arranging everything like I have. You can't connect to these corners, but apparently just putting them next to it isn't enough. So let me try rearranging things here a bit. What if I put that there? And, well, first thing I'm going to try is what if the controller touches that? Does that do that? Nope. Okay. And what if I do it with a piece of cable? So that goes there. Everything's all lit up. And let's grab a piece of cable and stick that there. And that still didn't work. So this is my first time doing this. I did put the singularity in there. Time to review and see what I did wrong, but we're almost there. I know it. So give me a moment. Well, I figured it out, and it was quite simple. I had actually got it right the first time. I had just built this multi-block structure in front of the power, but the power actually hadn't connected, and all it needed was a block update. So when I broke this block to take a look, it updated and connected. This thing turned on, and now we are good to go. And if we go back, we'll see that it's working. Head back there. Run over here. And this is going to save me lots of this now in the future. And over here. Hopefully we'll see everything nice and lit up. So that's excellent. I'm just going to put this here for anti-mob reasons. But if we look in here, here's the moment of truth. There is all of our stuff. So that's fantastic. So everything is over here. That's going to make life so much easier. And let's head up. Oh, wait, before I do that, for this test, I need to link this. Oh, but you know what? I can't link it here. I have to link it in the controller back there. And it was a mistake that I needed a second controller. Since this is all the same network, it's off that previous controller. And these just grab power off of this. But this can't grab power off of the network back there, if you know what I mean. If you don't understand that, just comment. I'll try to explain a little bit better. But I'll see you in a second. Alright, so back in our main controller, we're just going to throw that in there and link it. So hopefully that link will then carry over to here. Okay, so let's see. Let's go up here. And this is the final test. Up in the peak, if when we click on this, hey, we can grab everything from up here. So now when we build all of our altars and nexi and need all our stuff for the spells, all our arrows and snowballs and everything, we can grab them. All 287 of them. And I even set it up so that it should work from up on the roof up here. As long as I don't... There's no mobs at the moment. Let's see. Oh yeah. Very cool. So that's a success. So that's most of what I'm going to do today. That will lead to setting up Ars Magica. But I did say I was going to start Ars Magica today. So let's do that. And we're going to start in the most simple, basic way. And I've set up for that over here. So we got a little bit of that magic blue water. Forget what it's called. Let's kill some enemies first. Come on, you guys. They don't want me to do this. Whoa, there's a lot of them down here. 'Cause they know that when I'm a powerful wizard, they'll stand even less of a chance. Everybody's over here. It's a party. Y'all done? Okay. I think if I press number pad 2, yeah, you can then see the names of liquids as well. So liquid essence is the name. So all we gotta do, oh bother. Okay. Got a cool hat. Apparently I already have it. So all we gotta do, if I can do this, is grab this book. Gotta click up there. And throw it in this item frame that's over this liquid essence. Even if it was just one block of it, it would do. We throw that in there, and then all the magic starts to rise up, and all the little particles fly into our book. And once all the magic and the information is all assembled, we get that nice flashy flash. I guess we just got to break that. We get our arcane compendium. And in here is everything I'm going to need to know. So, Got our forward, and I guess go back. I even have to learn how to use the compendium. Using the compendium, back, and so on and so on. Gonna have to make that very soon. So I'm gonna do my homework, and I'm gonna study up, and then I will be able to join you next episode, and we'll get as far as we can in 30 minutes setting up our first Ars Magica stuff. So I hope you enjoyed me figuring out how to make quantum bridges, and if you didn't know yourself, hopefully that was helpful to you. And now that I know how to do that, that's going to come in handy again in this world and in many a world in the future. Just being able to link up my resources everywhere. And we got some more power. And it's interesting, those advanced solar panels don't render from this far, so it looks like I just have a bunch of conduit there. Oh well, there they are, doing their job as the sun comes up. So with no further ado, I am still Monkeypuzzle, and I'm signing out. I will see you in episode, 23? If I got that right. Okay, y'all. Bye-bye.